I'm Nina Bhattacharya with the Michigan Independent. I was just wondering if you could share your thoughts on blogging's role in the world of journalism. I've noticed lately a very interesting tension between the two, that like bloggers can't be journalists, et cetera, et cetera.
I think bloggers very much can be journalists. I'll give you a couple of very concrete examples. I would imagine that one of the people that Robert Gibbs was expressing his outrage about was Glenn Greenwald, who was a constitutional lawyer who's now a daily blogger on Salon.com, and really one of the best journalists that we have in this country. I don't even know if Glenn would want to identify himself as a journalist, but I certainly see him that way because he does do interviews with people. He does fact check the powerful. He does focus on issues that are real to people, and a heck of a lot of people read Glenn Greenwald. And he's funny and he's smart, and he has a cultural understanding of what's happening across the board in this country and around the world. And I think it helps that he doesn't live here. He lives in, I don't know if you noticed, but he blogs from Brazil, where he lives, but covers the United States. And I think in a way that helps, because he doesn't get sucked into the kind of vortex of vapid, Washington culture. The other great unsung hero of online journalism is a young woman named Marcy Wheeler, whose blog Empty Wheel is must-read every day for national security reporting. Marcy regularly scoops the New York Times on issues regarding torture, civil liberties, the war. In fact, the Times has been forced to credit her at times because she has beaten them to a story. I think if you look at the role that Talking Points Memo has played in covering politics on a daily basis, there's some things that Talking Points Memo does that I don't particularly like, but I think that they've really changed the game when it comes to online journalism by having serious reporters that are doing a combination of old school journalism, muckraking, and blogging. I think it's one of the most exciting parts of being a young journalist right now, and if you're tech savvy, because it's an open frontier. And I think the best bloggers are the ones that are the most serious about keeping intact what was good about old school journalism. You have to have your facts straight. You've got to call people. You've got to check things. But I think bloggers are journalists. I don't think there should be a debate about that anymore. It just has to do with what tool are they using. Just because you're not getting printed on a print press doesn't mean that you're not a journalist.